Good morning, campers. I am your host, JV, and welcome to the Voorhees Files, right? I will be y'all's loving host throughout this channel and throughout the series of what I'm going to do, okay? But before I get any further into this whole thing and explaining who am I, how did I get into this place, so on and so forth. This is just a copyright warning that I don't own Jason because I'm too broke to afford Jason. If I could, I would, because I feel like I have better ideas. But we're not gonna get into that right now, okay? But just pretty much saying is that pay respects to the creator and to the creators and the studios and stuff like that actually owns the rights to Jason, all that stuff, right? I'm making that clear very right now, okay? Now, on to the fun parts. Who am I, you're asking? Okay, I'm JV. Some of y'all may know me of who I really am, but we're not going to get into that part. That'll be later, maybe. But pretty much is that I'm just a guy who really loves the big J man himself over there, as you see his cute little self. I just like him a lot. One of my favorite characters. Very, very personal to me, and he's definitely helped me through a lot of my things, and I kind of relate to him. I relate to him a lot personally. It You know what I mean? Like it's hard to explain that, but hopefully going throughout this channel, going throughout this series and stuff, maybe you could understand what I'm getting at. By the way, sorry for the mask. I know I look really, really pudgy in the mask because this whole cutout part and stuff like that. There will be a mask update in the future, very near future, and I will post about that mask update. Or you'll just see it in another video, okay? But pretty much is, like I said, I like the big J man himself, and I want to be closer to him. I want to be, more like him, and I'm gonna help y'all be more like him. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So to kind of explain the idea a little bit further, it's just pretty much is that, we all know the whole shtick, right? That he grew up in the woods. Ever since he was thrown in the lake and all that stuff, he got lost and he was kind of in the woods. And then whenever he saw his mom get decapitated by our homegirl at the end of part one, Friday the 13th, he just kind of continued living in the woods, living in the abandoned camp and stuff like that. But here's the question: how did he do that? He was a little boy who was disabled, which we will discuss in the next video of his disability. Because I feel like not a lot of people truly understand his disability, and I'm going to clear it up and kind of give more information about it. You get it? You dig what I'm saying? Okay. But yeah, he was a young kid who was disabled, and it was several years before he became the big mountain man that he became. You know what I mean? In the later installations of the franchise, and you have to stop and ask, how he do that? How did he even do that? So that's what I'm here for. I'm going to explain the whole 9 yards to you of how the big J man did it himself, right? So that's going to be including camping. That's going to be including fishing. It's going to be including family history. It's going to be including fighting techniques. It's going to be including the anatomy of Jason. I'm going to provide workout videos that y'all could follow along, and we'll do the workouts together so we can all be closer to Jason Voorhees. Okay. And same goes with the fighting techniques. I'll show y'all the fighting techniques that are not going to be. A lot of them is not going to be your basic fighting techniques because he, was in a very feral, very out of the blue, type of environment. You never know what was going to happen. And so the fighting techniques are going to be unsuspecting. They're going to be feral. They're going to be very aggressive, right? And I'm going to show you that, right? It's something that you can use against your opponents when they're not expecting it. Because they're going to expect you to just be boxing or whatever, you know what I mean? Until you just fucking destroy the guy. You get what I'm saying? And I'm going to teach you that. Also, we'll be doing movie reviews, giving you my opinion on each installation of the Friday the 13th movies and stuff like that, We'll even do gaming where we play as the Big J Man himself in different video games, either in the official Friday the 13th game, which they shut down the servers and stuff, which I will explain in my first gaming video how upset I am about that, because I have very, very strong feelings about that. But no, we could also do other games where I basically make a build around Jason, say Jason Voorhees Dark Souls run or something like that. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, I'll be getting into family history, all that stuff. Basically giving you the idea of who Jason was and who Jason kind of was behind the scenes, besides just this big hulking maniac that just, killed people, right? Because there's actually more to him. If you know all the interesting lore behind the movies and the inspirations and stuff, and then you actually kind of do some research about people with a disability and kind of the ideas, right? And some of these will be kind of just fan theories and stuff, and so they're not gonna be 100% guaranteed true, but I will let you know when we get to that part. Okay, I'm not gonna go ahead and tell you immediately hey, this is 100% real, this is 100% factual. This is just my interpretation of the big man, adding a little bit of depth to the character, but still making him the maniac that we love, okay? But also kind of in a way to help y'all show why I relate to him. I relate to the Big J Man himself. And I want to kind of show that. I want y'all to kind of see what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? And then also, if y'all have any requests, any fan requests of what y'all would like to see on this channel, right now I will be posting the next couple videos on Instagram and TikTok, which the TikTok isn't up yet, but it will be soon. But we'll expand further in the future. But pretty much is that any fan made requests, stuff like that. If you want to see a certain type of content, like mask review content or whatever, you see what I mean? Then we can definitely do that. Just leave a comment. And just tell me what you would like to see. What's your thoughts? I would love to hear y'all's opinions. And if y'all could just kind of show some love, and just kind of share the channel and just kind of give it a like and all that stuff, that'd be great. So schedule wise, I will be posting a video twice a week, right? It will be Mondays, and I haven't got that far, my bad, but it will be Mondays and Fridays, right? I'll be posting a new video every Monday and Friday. The time wise, I haven't gotten that part around. It's probably just going to be at different times, so just keep an eye out and watch whenever you can. I'm not going to say, hey, you need to watch it the second it comes out. No, I'm not going to push it on you. If you want to watch it, that's cool. Watch it. If it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. And that's all good with me. But that's the schedule. It'll be Mondays and Fridays. I'll be posting videos and, kind of expanding the channel. But that's pretty much all I have. This is just an introduction video. I'm already about to reach about 10 minutes. I feel like I've been talking forever. I'm terrible at talking. But yeah, if you have any questions or if you have anything like that, leave a comment, and we'll go from there. But I will see you beautiful people tomorrow with a new video. The first official video will be discussing. Sorry, that was my axe. The first official video we'll be discussing the relationship between him and his mother. And we're kind of starting off with some history. We're going to start off with some personal history of the J-Man, and we go from there. But besides that, campers, y'all have a good rest of the day. Have fun with your activities, and make sure to wash your sleeping bags, because tonight it's gonna get bloody.